Number 15, Rocky River. Coach Jason Fowler's been there ever since the school opened.
Yep.
And they're coming off a down year for them. And I think they would admit that if you just ask them. But they've got some good players. Tyshawn Carter at quarterback, very dynamic kid. I think they're moving him around some. They're trying to work another kid in the quarterback to put Carter out receiver at some instances. And Elijah Henry, a very good running back. And those two will definitely carry that team. Defensively, I think that's where the difference has been. Defensively, they kind of took a step back from where they were when they were winning the Southwestern Conference and going far in the playoffs. But if they get back to those defensive principles and the success on that side of the ball, I think they can be right back in that conversation.
Well, defensively, of course, Jeff Simpson's not there anymore. I have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah,
but,
me too.
For last season, this coaching staff really needs to be given a big pat on the back for what they did by removing bad elements within their program. The team that they finished up with, the players that were on the field, a lot of them were not on the field at the very beginning of the season. They were deep down in the roster, maybe even on JV. They removed a number of attitude players from the program last year, and that coaching staff needs to be commended for that, because that's what they should be doing, not bending to the will of the players. And the players have got to bend to the will of the team, not themselves. And from talking with them, with a few of the coaches about how things look for this year, that has gone a long way, because the kids that remain know that everybody is there for them. And so I think that the Rocky River, don't look for them to be knocking off Butler. At least I don't think so. But look for them to be a better team this year than they were last year.
Good. And we love Coach Fowler. He's always, if you know Coach Fowler, he's got a bright personality, and every time he sees me, Pepman, how you doing?
He's a great guy.
I love talking with him. Number 14, West Charlotte Lions. Coach Darren Hart has a lot of athleticism on this team on both sides of the ball. I saw them at the Rocky River 7-on-7 probably about a month ago now. And they really impressed me. I mean, they got speed, they got size on the outside. The key is going to be their quarterback. Of course, they lost Isaiah Cole from last year, he's been their quarterback for a couple of years now. And they're working in, I think, a young kid. He's got the size, he's got the arm, he's just got to get the reads down in the passing game. But to help him out, they've got Jacory Patton at running back again, and they also got Jacory Reeves, a wide receiver. Those two guys, when they get in space, they can go. Coach Hart's a defensive-minded guy. I love his passion. I love the way he teaches. And if they've got the linemen on both sides of the ball, this team can surprise me.
Well, the question is the roar back, right? So West Charlotte has always been had always been one of the programs that was, there at the top. And then, of course, after the thing that happened almost 10 years ago, things have not been so great. The last, the year before, we were there at state championships,
Right.
Gilchrist at them
Right.
in 2006. So great potential at that school. Just a matter of getting stability and getting everything, the pieces into place.
And they've got the new stadium over there.
That's right.
And that was started by former coach Mo Collins.
Yep, Coach Collins.
And you still see his effect on the program. So I think you're going to see some good things from West Charlotte. That's a team to watch. Their conference, though, is so tough.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the thing.
That's a brutal conference.
Yeah.
We haven't even mentioned that this is the first program out of that conference, isn't it, that we've mentioned?
Well, Hopewell.
Oh, that's right, Hopewell. I'm sorry. So, we're almost halfway through the city.
Yeah, that tells you the strength.
That tells you the strength.
Right there.
Exactly.
Coming in at number 13 are the Independence Patriots, and some people may be surprised to hear that. But you got a new coach here in Scott Young, who I think is an excellent coach. He won 3 straight titles at Western in 3A ranks.
Yep.
And he's coming down here to Charlotte. But there's a lot of I wouldn't even call them question marks. You just don't know about what Independence has coming back over there. And you've heard, some good things. You've heard some other things. And, that's why I've got them at 13 right now. But I call them a wild card because, Independence is going to have talent at the end of the day.
Right.
But how fast can they come together and get things rolling? Because they start off with Dutch Fork. And I tell you, that's... You don't think Tommy Knox wants to send a message to Charlotte by beating his old school in Dutch Fork? So that's going to be a heck of a challenge right there.
Exactly. Now, hopefully, Coach Young's health remains, good. That's one of the concerns. Does he have a good staff in place? I don't know really everybody on his staff right now. Right. We know that, like you say, talent is over there. Just a matter of getting them into, getting them disciplined and into the right place and schemes, and it's going to be interesting to see. We know Coach Young liked that I formation up at.
He does not. So. I'll tell you one thing about Coach Young. He is going to run the ball
if he can.
Yeah. He's mixed in some spread in the past, but his basis is I formation downhill running. So it's going to be interesting to see if they have the personnel to match that right now.
Right.
But I think in time you will see Independence institute some of the philosophy. Another key with them is defensively. What is their scheme going to be? There's a lot of question marks, and I'm really interested to see them in the preseason here with scrimmages coming up next week. Number 12, and I like this team a lot. It's North Mecklenburg Vikings, coached by Brad Baker. Mm-hmm. And I saw them last year when they played Vance, and they went up to Vance, and they won that game. Mm-hmm. And they don't play a beautiful style. They're not going to sit here and 4 wide and throw the ball all over the field. But they are going to hit you. They're going to come off the football, and they are going to out-physical you. And that is a brand of football I can get behind any time of the day. Emmanuel Wilson, big running back, very impressive. Yep. Calvin McCollum at linebacker. Yeah, I know you like him a lot.
I like him a lot.
And I got this other guy, KJ Buford, at receiver. I like him too. He can make plays with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, I think North's got, my question or my thoughts about them were they've slowly brought themselves back into being a competitive force in not just in the conference or in the city.
Yep.
That was important. Can they maintain that? Do they continue that progression? If you remember, I told you they were going to beat Vance.
You did. You did tell me that.
They had the right elements, and Vance unfortunately did not have. They had a few issues last year, and not take anything away from North because North played good football.
They did. They did.
The question is, can they continue that progression? I think we could see them again this year contending in the top half of this conference. Yes.
I agree with you. Number 11 are the Myers Park Mustangs, led by Scott Chadwick. Mm-hmm. And Scott Chadwick has won everywhere he's been.
Yeah.
And now he's been here. This is his 3rd year.
Yep.
So now you're really going to start to see the effects of him being at Myers Park. I think you're going to see a bigger team. You're going to see a stronger team. You're going to see a faster team, a team that's going to really be in tune with their schemes. They got Jack Davidson at quarterback coming back again. Very good quarterback. Michael Neal is a very good offensive tackle. And Saeed Patrick is a good slot receiver. I like the way he gets in and out of his routes. The question is, you've got Ben Norris,
right?
Linebacker, very impressive. I think he's playing middle linebacker. The question is, can they challenge those teams in their conference and get over that hump? Because they got in the playoffs and they, got outside of Charlotte, and they beat Mooresville, and they had I think they played West Forsyth after that. They were in that game, so can they push up to that next level?
I think they can. I think that we're going to see that the top half of the Southwestern 4A is going to be a little more competitive this year than it has been in the past.
Totally agree with that.
And usually you really shouldn't look at coaching staffs and impacts of what a staff has on a program for 3 years. You really shouldn't. First year is you should wipe that, and there's just too much transitional things that you're dealing with. The second year is really the first year that you really have got guys starting to do your things, and because you got maybe a little bit better with the leadership out of the players. Those rising seniors, when you get them that first year, they may still have some whatever hangover from the previous staff, be it good or bad.
Right.
But by the third year now, things are starting to settle in. And fourth year, that coaches all of his players. So I think that we could see Myers Park be a little bit of a force this year.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.